Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric. And after that hard, tedious work of beating every boss in Skyward Sword damageless, I felt like I should sit down, relax, do some fishing. But that isn't a very interesting video, is it? So, I decided I should probably pair that fishing with the hardest task of fishing. Catching the Hylian Loach. Or just the Loach, as I'll call it for now. For reasons I will explain later. I'm not going to call it the Hylian Loach again, except for example of saying, well, I'm not going to call it that. I'll explain that all later, but from what I'm seeing here, the Loach currently isn't in the fishing pond. I think it has a 1 in 4 chance of spawning every time you enter, hence why a lot of people would believe that it was made up at one point. A lot of people thought this fish didn't truly exist because, well, they never saw it. That's because they didn't come in and out of the pond looking for it enough times. Wait, is it 1 in 4? Is it 1 in 4 every time you leave the pond, or every time you buy a fishing rod? That's an important distinction to make. Well, I've already gotten a factor of this myth wrong. First and foremost, I do have to pay the guy, and it's not a 1 in 4 chance. It's a 1 in 4, as in, you have to do it 4 times consecutively, and then the fish will appear. I'll admit, first time I did that, I messed up the count. So then I did this, and it worked. Oh boy. What I think is happening here is because I didn't know what my count was to start with, of how many times I've entered and paid. I just don't have that count, so I don't know. Loach? I think I disturbed it, but I'm pretty sure. Yep, there she blows. Right in the middle. Heading towards the middle of the pond because it has an easy range of disturbing it if you step a little too close to the edge of the pond. But at least I have it. And it's not going to disappear unless I leave without, or unless I pay and leave. But now I've paid, I'm stuck here. Then, after about an hour of me misunderstanding the Loach's mechanic, where once you've disturbed it, it goes to the middle of the lake, then every so often it surfaces for air, me thinking I could catch it when it surfaced for air, when that's not really a viable option. The only way to catch it when it's in the middle of the lake is the sinking lure, but... Oh. Well, I've just learned something. After the Loach surfaces for air 7 times, it goes back to its starting position. Meaning, as long as I stay away from the water's surface, as long as I just sit and be patient, it'll find me. I wasn't expecting to find the sinking lure. I literally gave up on that search. I was like, you know what? I'll run past the little stream thing, because that's, like, one of the only locations I know it can be. And if it's not there, I'll just sit and be patient like a good boy. But I'll run along the wall so I don't disturb the water. Is this what I think it is? You snagged a sinking lure. No, I don't want it. What I want is for the Loach to return to its position at the lily pads. Then, after completely losing track of whether the Loach was in the middle of the lake or at the edge of it, because the render distance for the fish, whether you can actually see them or not, gets a little funky. I literally thought the Loach had disappeared for a minute, but I knew it couldn't have despawned. But when I found it, it was luckily on its way into position. Wait, no, there it is. I just hadn't gotten close enough for it to visually spawn. It's sitting in between the logs. So my guess is that it hasn't actually surfaced 7 times yet and I'm being or it just surfaced for the 7th time and came back to its position. It is right there. I have a target on it. Well, not anymore, but I did. Great. I know the Loach is where it needs to be. Meaning, I can attempt a catch. Not you. You can go away. You're not who I'm after. Tell me I didn't just disturb the Loach when I moved over here. Tell me I didn't. I did. I also learned that the 7 breaths thing takes about 15 minutes. So because I threw that sinking lure away, there would be 15 minutes between every single attempt of this. Okay, it's been nearly 15 minutes. Let's try and see if the Loach is here. And I completely missed. My plan was to stand a lot further away this time, but also it kinda seemed like none of the fish that were over by the lily pads were actually there. Yeah, it really helps if I could aim better. I'm not seeing the Loach back yet, though. Again, with the lack of ability to get that close to the lily pads, I've got to be pretty careful about my aim and keeping my distance. Well, that big fish did some problems. I'm genuinely not sure if the Loach is back here yet or not. Okay, that was a much better cast. And the Loach is there! The Loach is very much there, and we need to get the fishing rod at just the right level of tension to make sure we're reeling it in but not gonna break it. Come on, wait. That's not the Loach! The Loach was clearly moving after my lure. I saw the Loach move. But it seems a different fish grabbed it. And that would mean, most probably, I've got 15 minutes before I give this another attempt. Of course. Okay, this time my plan, sit my lure basically directly in front of where the Loach is going to be, so I can start moving it as soon as the Loach gets back. In another 15 minutes. Well, the Loach is back. It didn't instinctively bite my lure that was just sitting there because, well, why would it? No, god damn it. Okay, at least it looks like the Loach didn't run away from that. It didn't run away from the disturbance that time. It's still sitting there, just as any other fish would. Okay. It did move towards the lure, but wasn't fully smitten with it. Come on. Okay. I need to start aiming actually in front of it, because that didn't quite get its attention, but there's other fish over there that I feel like are gonna be quicker to bite. Come on, Loachy. Come on. Okay, Loach is hooked. Gotta get my rod into optimal position. Optimal line tension. It snapped? That easily? Normally that specific level of tension works. Now, will it have started swimming towards center, or did it just return to its position? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I think it's probably gone towards center. I haven't been keeping track of how long it is, so I don't know if it's been 15 minutes. But the Loach is definitely sitting there. Go away, bigger fish. I've got another fish I want to catch the attention of. Ah well, I already set the line on this little dude. May as well yeet him out of the water. Wait, that's right, I was gonna try pulling to the right to see if I could get things out faster, but I don't know. Thank you. And goodbye. Oh, the fish are going on their frenzy. They're doing the feeding frenzy. I'm pretty sure Loach included, so, wait, that was the Loach I was targeting. Neat. Well. Good job on the frenzy, Loach. Now wanna try eating something a little more, I don't know, hook-like? No? Well, at least I don't think that counts for sending it back to center. Here, Loachy Loachy. Come on. Go for it. Come on! Damn random ass fish. Get out of here. Where'd the Loach go? Please don't tell me it went back to center. After all that. I think if it tried to bite the hook, but the other fish did first, then it might be gone again. Yeah. God damn it. Let's try this again, Loach ol' boy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, you got too close to the edge there. Had a little spat. But that doesn't count as you being mad at me? No? We're just gonna sit over by the rocks? Okay. Camera, can you help me out here? Because if I don't want to face the wrong way from Z targeting the wrong fish. Like I just did, but the camera doesn't freely move unless you're a lot further from the walls. And I am, of course, currently quite close to the walls. Oh. Loach is on the move. And is gonna get too close to the surface if it does that. I want to get more parallel with it, just so I have more time to lure it. But that does mean less of a chance of pulling it out of the water quickly. Ah well. Here we go. Oh. It had a little spat out of the water, but it's still not mad at me. Okay. It may be the hardest fish in the game to catch, but... Oh, come on. It's really gonna keep being like this. I'm gonna have to get closer to the pond, honestly, but... I don't know. Giving it more wiggle room in the water is going to mean more of a chance of it getting off the line. And more of a chance of accidentally alerting a different fish. Like so. Go away. Okay, Loach is on the line. Loach is on the line. Okay. I've really got to think about the amount of tension I'm putting on it and whether this is actually optimal or not. Okay, I've gotten it a lot closer than I did last time. Is it more about the vibration or about the rod itself? Come on, come on. Is it about making sure it changes? I really don't know how the fishing works, and that could end up screwing me over right here at the shore. But no! I finally caught it. Gosh, that's a strange fish you caught there. On top of that, it weighs 34 pounds. What do you want to do with it? Keep it anyway. And you, sir, please, weigh my fish. Well, well. Wow, what a rare fish. That is a Hyrule Loach. Oh. Oh, sorry, were you under the impression that its name was the Hylian Loach? Well, about that. You see, there's a video that goes a lot more in depth as to how this Mandela effect occurred. But to explain quite simply, in the original game of Ocarina of Time, it was Hyrule Loach. But, back then, not a lot of people were capable of recording their findings when they did catch it. It was all word of mouth. And you know how that tends to go. The catchier name stuck, and it was referred to as the Hylian Loach. Because it's a loach you find in Hyrule, it is Hylian. And even Nintendo themselves fell for this. In Animal Crossing, in 2002, when you catch a loach in that game, it says, "You don't suppose it's Hylian, do you?" Which would imply, again, that it is a loach from Hyrule, but because they chose to use the word Hylian in that text box with the loach, the misinformation further spread, until Twilight Princess, when it was first canonically referred to as the Hylian Loach. Back in Ocarina of Time, it was just Hyrule Loach. Yeah. And the more people who are aware of this little Mandela effect, the better. Because, you know, this is the day of the internet where we can undo misinformation just as much as we cause misinformation. But that being said, I will see all of you in my next Zelda month video. Or my next normal video if you really want. Bye.